The board chair is really there to oversee the governance of the organization, make sure that the strategic plan is being implemented, make sure that the board members are active and engaged and are fundraising for the organization and are showing up to board meetings. Really making sure that the board is focused on the mission of the organization and the vision of the organization and the future of the organization. As a board chair, you don't have to have a finance background, but it is your role to know what's going on in the organization, including the finances. So it's really important to be a teammate with the executive director who might also not have a finance background, and for y'all to really look at the financials and know where the organization is together, and ask those hard questions. You might not know what questions to ask, but you have other board members that can help guide that conversation. So you need to know what the liabilities are within the organization and what's in the 990 as far as the how much money you have and where that money is and where it's going.
Be present in the moment. Give them that time, give them that space, and actually listen. And even if I disagree, add value to what they're saying. And it might be my decision at the end of the day, but at least say, I hear you, I understood, and I'll take that into consideration as I'm making a decision.
When you're passionate about a mission and the work that's being done, it gets really emotional sometimes and very stressful. But if you have this reciprocal communication style where you're talking frequently and you're sharing and you don't build resentments and you don't let problems, escalate, even though we may feel differently about things, we could talk it out. We could understand where each other was coming from.
I think, again, it comes down to communication. I love having an open, ongoing dialogue. I think it's important for us to be getting together even once a month or once a week, however often we need to. Again, honesty and openness is key.
Even though we may feel differently about things, we could talk it out. We could understand where each other was coming from. If you can set up regular communication, I think that's important, and to carry that forward with your board chair and your board. And then just always be talking about where the organization is and where you want it to be, and just to be clear on what those goals are.
You can kind of guide that relationship when it comes to the board chair. Just keep in mind why we're here. Things aren't going to be perfect with the staff, with the board chair, but what is the end goal? And it's not going to always be pretty, but make sure before you take the job that you're committed to having a working relationship with that board chair and not being isolated on islands and trying to get a common goal accomplished.
I think it's really important for the board chair and the CEO or executive director to be in constant communication. I think it's important to also, while you're checking in with them about the business, just doing a personal check-in as well. Just making sure that the work that they're doing is not only fulfilling to them, but it's something that they're still wanting to do and they're still bought into the mission.
I've been privileged to have a wonderful board chair. She actually served as the HR director for one of our big hospitals. So when it comes to HR decisions, she's my go-to. I'm open, I'm honest. How do I handle this? And I've had a specific incident where I just didn't know what to do. And I said, why look outside of house when I have what I need in-house? I called her, it was probably about 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, hey, I need you to get up. I need you. She understood that because that's our relationship. And she said, Nikki, here are the resources. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. She didn't try to tell me what decision to make, how to make it. She simply provided me with the resource and the assistance that I needed to feel confident moving forward.
I think about the board meetings often, working directly with the CEO and as the board chair. That's when you have that limited time to have everyone together in the room, the leadership of the organization and the board, And those meetings are key because you're only meeting maybe once a month or maybe a few times a year. So thinking strategically about the agenda, what do you want to accomplish, what is happening now, and always looking towards the future.